Okay guys, how are you? It's the Crypto Sniper. Yep, coming at you this beautiful day of the 7th of the 10th, that is October the 7th, and talking to you about our current premium best trade, for which I've now completed getting all my community in the direction and in early on this event, and I'm prepared to go now free view on this trade. So many guys say we never get a chance to make any money to get into your community. We discussed shorting oil, going long gold, back half of 19. We've discussed many things, going long the alts in a Ethereum based long situation, which actually recently met its target. We had a very interesting structure here, which generated a 477.58 target. And you could have been long from down here, that's right, from down here, which is just above the 200s. You would have been 220s in, and you could have ridden it to 478, 77.58. Quite an extensive. I won't going to get into details. You want to find out how and what we do and why that macro came out as a potential target. You're welcome to hit the link below, book a call, and talk to someone just like you a couple of years ago and find out about what we're doing. This particular chart, I'm teaching you a couple of things, or I'm demonstrating a couple of things. The most critical levels on Ethereum right now, the 355. This was the just-in-time entry for a macro upside HVF we traded. One of the, in fact, I'm going to go so far and say the most significant upside pattern in Ethereum's entire history as a chart. From that 354 break, you overperformed through target right the way up into 1.4 round about 25 high, 1,425 from 355. We traded in that. We erroneously closed too soon most of our positions and didn't take the whole journey. But we had a lot of joy out of the upside on the way. We called for this to be proven support, and then when we saw that structure, we said you will not only break into the funnel, you will eventually break this low. This was our assertion, that you had a major bear market, that people were already calling bottoms way too soon, long too soon. We wound up to break out of the desert. It's like crossing a desert here, or a muddy field. It's a core zone, a key level of significance, a legacy range that's tied by what your stop was and what your just-in-time entry was in terms of these jaws. And since then, you've had a massive W where you failed again in that area, failed again at the early part of that area, and then wound up, and eventually you broke with momentum till exhaustion took you through to the 477. This was a critical candle. We'll cover it in more detail when we drop the time frame. So this is why I'm referring to this just-in-time entry as such a key level. What is happening in our TG pink, transgender pink over here, the key thing is this entire wind-up is to get you through the muddy field that is this range to sub this level. In short, I am saying to you, you will trade less than 273.50. We had that feeling, and we were putting on shorts from the low 350s. Some guys getting the mid 50s and just below, some getting 52, some getting 49s, variety of entries, and we've been leaning on that. This is a key level. You'll see it again. Okay, let's leave that chart. That's your macro. I wanted to show you that range and why this was a call as a wind up to break below that range. And let's go through to the ETHUSDT now on Binance. Let's drop it down into the lower time frames and point out a few things that we've continued to assert. We appeared on Real Vision. We continued to assert. We've made other YouTubes saying gold and silver and the Anti Fiats are going to have a contraction. Everyone like, you don't believe in crypto. The printers, what have you suddenly become? Yes, I'm an Anti Fiat guy, but let me tell you, you made huge targets for gold against the euro and GBP. How many times have I said that? And you're going to be due a rest for a while. And that was a 7 years and 3/4 pattern almost an 8-year pattern. So here's some funnel action from previous HVFs. This was a massive, that was our target being run. There was a confluence of targets that were run there. In fact, that was a massive slap in the face. You went from 486 odd down to 309, 308.55. A massive, massive slap in the face. That was a trend change event for Ethereum. It was a trend change event for Ethereum. And as a result, you got into this channel that was working its way along. You died in a legacy funnel. That's your point 2. You bounced on the axis twice, once here on the slap in the face, all the way down that you ran the 313.10. This is your legacy 2017 upside. Everybody buying Ethereum to do ICOs on ERC20 tokens. Moonshoot to 1400 with everyone being forced buyers of Ethereums that wanted to list ICOs and shitcoins. And then the massive unwinding of that whole, what pumps too far to the upside must unwind to the downside. Why we call that funnel would fail. Why we continue to assert alts were bearish and Bitcoin dominance would assert during the bear markets. Okay, so that's how we've positioned and that's what we've said. You die at the top end of that legacy HVF4. I've named some of them. I can show you some of them. This is Hunt Volatility Funnel Method, guys. This was a small little structured one. Look how you just run those funnels there and there along with the axis. Key levels of significance. That's the big legacy macro that I'm saying to you. You'll run target 259 and we think there might be scope for overperformance in that. So this is what you've missed by not being in premium, and this is the quality of analysis we like to do. And this is what you can learn as a skill for yourself. Totally transferable skill, but you've got to learn to love your charting. You've got to learn to value HVF method, and you've got to learn all the fundamentals of it. This is a high quality inverted. The probability of success is high. There's a scope even for a degree of overperformance. You will see these sell-offs are quite brutal. Typically, this was a basing ascending grind line that was smashed. You had a return move and then you engulfed it. We are still waiting this pattern to trigger. Most people do not even realize this is a bear market. They just think it's a bit of chop. They don't even realize it's a bear market. They don't realize that there's probably going to be a break. Hey, I could be wrong. We always can be wrong. Don't feel it this time, but we can. And it'll hurt. So, you know, we're risking, but that's what we like to do. So this is an inverted HVF, and they tend to perform even better than upsides. There can be spillers, thrillers, all the way from Manila, and you will be having yourself a mighty good time if you're on the right side of it. The guys that are stuck long, we've also called DOT. I've suggested it may even lose half. I've said Bitcoin will sell off as well because it's the major coin, but this is our key trade. By the way, upside downing, as above, so below. How does it look the other way around? Isn't that something you might want to go long? Well, if you feel bullish when you see that structure, let me tell you that that's a downside setup. It's the previous setup that you just saw inverted. And same 250s, sub 260 targets that we've been calling for. Worth the possibility of overperformance. You could have been in these even earlier. They've yet to break our H3 highs. In this case, it's actually a low because it's an inverted chart. In and around 334, you could short at 334 till 260 and you will be just fine. As I say, it can go on a little bit, but that's your chance to make money to get into our trading community. There's free mini series below in the links. Grab it, go watch. If you have no money, if you have a small amount, trade small, enjoy the process. It's a free trade. I'm giving it to you. It's not even triggered yet by our own mechanism and you're getting this release. It is doing everything we expect it to do. It's what I'd call a high probability of outcome, a POUT score, something we discuss and language we use. I am the crypto sniper, the market sniper and the reset sniper. You should be subscribed to all channels. And amazingly, despite expecting this to come and seeing it flagged in gold, silver, Bitcoin, and especially Ethereum, our favorite right now, amazingly, the news comes to fulfill our wishes. What did we get out of the news? Trump says, US stock nosedived after Trump halts the stimulus bill talks. Dow fell 1.34%, SPX slipped 1.4%, while Nasdaq plunged 1.57%. Stinky stoinks are going down. And that is a deflation trade, which is very much like our short silver, short gold, and short Bitcoin, and our special fave, which we are supersized on, ETH. Remember, this is not advice. I'm just talking about what we've been doing and what some of the other folks in our community have agreed to do. You can follow the trade with us. Deflation and fear will be the news going forward, as we predicted. Contraction in the risk assets, including those that are deemed anti Fiats. And stocks and indices could fall as well. So for those of you that are market traders, and to a degree, we expect some firming of, wait for it, let's have a little look at that dollar index. It's been bleeding down. We were unimpressed with Bitcoin, gold, and silver's performance while the dollar was so weak. How do he now? Instead of looking at it upside down, let's have a look at it the right way around, because you guys will get seasick. You're not used to looking at upside down charts. We said it came all the way back, and we've called, this was I've left this TA from this 11 way back here, 3rd of September, when we said that break of the falling wedge is a beginning of the reversal. Your low is in. Let's get this chart in full review. We said that low is in. You're going to break to the upside. We are also long USD Turkish lira. Trading can be easy. And we've continued to add to positions, and now the dollar is jumping and pumping. What did it first do? It revisited its neckline and just ran it, made a marginally lower low, and has now reversed strongly as talks decline. How did we get the news before the news? We didn't have the headline, but we saw it in the charts. This was going down in a channel. It was returning to neckline, and we suspected that that would be the case. It did a run yesterday. It seemed 93.40 was support. Dip, 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 dip. Strong move after Fed speaks. We watch the news. This news about the Fed and the ECB is affecting crypto going down. Crypto kiddies don't know that. They don't want to know about all the big worldy stuff with the Fed and the ECB. I'm sorry, you can't know 1/4 of the puzzle. You need all the pieces. That's exactly what we do. 360-degree analysis. This is your dollar index chart. At that point, as we broke that rising wedge, we called that the likely low for the dollar index. This is a left shoulder with a double head and a right shoulder, and that is the target of 95.46. We have broken, we revisited, and now we are reasserting. Prepare for wave 2. Fear and loathing. Crashing stinky stonky markets. Nasdaqs, go check your Teslas of this world and all the other Zooms and other hyperinflated. And also, be wary your hodls of crypto. No crypto will be safe in a contracting crypto environment. Generally, no crypto will be safe. So we are out investment. We've been out investment a while, actually. We've been sitting in stablecoin waiting for this trade, and now we are short Ethereum, particularly, and teensy bit short DOT and Bitcoin. And we're expecting dollar to continue to make up moves, which will also bring the likes of silver and gold down. That is a market sniper, more traditional markets. Some of you won't be interested in that. I think you should. This is one of the key things that we do. We understand the correlations between all the anti-fiats and the markets. That is your dollar index reversing up. Also for Ethereum, the cycle analysis, which is truly unique to that which we do and is not available anywhere else, still illustrates that we're in a down swinging cycle since virtually that 475 high that I showed you the target taken for. And even at this point here, right where we are now, there's still a period of sustained downforce into roughly around the beginning of November, end of October. So this is very, very helpful. We do similar analysis on Bitcoin, which is of course a god market for cryptos. We do similar analysis for dollar against the euro to see when the dollar strength, and the gold and silver as well. But that's just an example of some of what you're missing by not being readily updated on cycle trend analysis in here. And you can see also it forecasts afterwards. Roughly after that, there should be some degree of recovery, although a little bit bitty not super cycle up necessarily. So whilst you wouldn't want to be short, you can be maybe conservative unleveraged long, not high leverage long. Okay, thank you for watching, and remember to do the necessary. If you want to up your game, just grab the link below, get either the free mini series or even better, book a call, and you can start with your journey. Varying prices on products for self-study and the full community as option. Everybody pays the same rate. So that will all be good for you if you feel the need or the pull. Otherwise, just keep watching the YouTube channel and enjoy and take what you can. Potential free trade for you all in this. I am Francis Hunt, and with that, I will finish. I salute you. Hope you enjoy the clip, and you've been given the trade. Make of it what you will. That is what we are doing. See if we work out okay or not. We could be wrong. We could absolutely lose. There are no guarantees in trading. It's a probability-based game, and you must own your own outcomes. This is never advisory. Thanks for watching. Book a call below if you want to become part of our elite community of trader snipers in both the crypto realm, the stock market realm, the indices realm, and the traditional markets of commodities and FX. Bye for now.